Hello everyone and welcome to another VOD review. As promised, we are doing the London Spitfire taking on the San Francisco Shock. This one was one of the more surprising matches that happened over the weekend because London Spitfire have just full sent, going back to their roots with the power of friendship, playing the Reinhardt brawl style, just running at everyone, sim TPing at everyone. And they caught the San Francisco Shock with their pants around their ankles. Shock didn't have a great response to all this stuff happening. Obviously, it was kind of unexpected for the Spitfire doing this. They weren't doing it in the prior weekend. They were still playing some weird stuff with like Sparker playing Ash and Cassidy and some hit scan. But now they've just full sent into the Reinhardt rush style. And we're going to watch this and sort of break down essentially what happened in this match, why I don't like the adaptations that Shock made, and how I think other people can overcome it. Because, you know, I watched this live. You know, I wasn't able to like fully get absolutely everything at the time, but for the most part, I just don't really like how the Shock tried to respond. So let's just get it started and let's talk to it. All right. So I want to state here before we go into this series, like I really like that London Spitfire are doing this. We have a patch. What do we have? 2 more weekends. We have this weekend and next weekend. Then we're done on this patch. We're officially done on this patch. We're going to Season 6, which adds a new hero. It seems to be like it's going to be a big balance patch. So I like the idea that London are just like, hey, we just need to play 6 games. I don't even know if they play 6 games either. They probably only play 2 because you play 6 per stage in a way, or like maybe they have a weekend off. I don't know exactly when they have that weekend off. Let's actually look at this. Actually, pause before we did. This is an interesting question. So we're in the summer stage. I have my pick'ems up. So this weekend, London play Gladiators and Vegas, which are winnable matches. And then the next time they play is August 4th, which is the weekend after, which, sorry, they actually don't play. So I was right. Every team gets a bye during this period. So London only have 2 more matches in their in this stage, and that's one against the Gladiators and one against the Vegas Eternal, which that's pretty good. If London are going to beat Gladiators, this style might be one of the best ways that they have to do it because their dive hasn't looked that clean. And then Eternal, they should be able to beat that team as well. So potentially London going for a really smart sort of late move into the in the meta, and we could see something completely different moving forward. So I like this idea by them, but it definitely wasn't going to have longevity in the fact that I think people are eventually going to work it out. This weekend, are the Gladiators, are the Vegas Eternal going to be able to sort of see what the London Spitfire were doing, see what didn't work for the Shock and the Valiant, and then make that adaptation. Proper on the May playing the Ramatra. I like the Ramatra over the Reinhardt in this setup as well. Oh, that's a bad death for probe. That was a nice shot by Spargo. That was like a pixel perfect arrow. This season is so damn short. It also feels like it's very compact of like we're playing like it's like a sprint of matches. The arrow's bouncing off of the May block. But Shock get positioning first off of a good from Proper on the May. London are playing incredibly slowly, just looking to find value with the Sparker Hanzo. Window goes down. Oh, Jumbin's so aggressive. I think maybe too aggressive. Maybe he needs to force Landon off that angle, because if he leaves Landon standing there shooting and healing through that window, it's potential that there's no way they win anyway. So as much as it seems like Jumbin fed, I don't think he had a great option. And that's sort of the cost of playing the Ana over playing the Baptiste. I prefer the Baptiste in these like brawl matchups. If you have the Baptiste, I think the amplification matrix heals up really quickly. I really like the regenerative burst and like the instant healing it gives to the people around you. Like Nano Boost is obviously nice to go on the Ramatra, especially like Nano Boost Annihilation, but I feel like Window gives you more opportunities and it especially helps you win these first few fights. What's the reason for Hanzo being played? I think Hanzo is just... He does a lot of damage. He has one-shot potential with the arrows. I think people just prefer Hanzo over Sojin because Sojin, like, you got to charge up rails to then potentially get high damage. I think Hanzo actually has consistent damage against the tank, or at least more consistent damage on a tank, rather than Sojin. Oh, Backbone potentially in trouble. Oh, wow. That is... Junbin just had no response to that. Just gets insta-shattered and blizzarded. And that's like another thing that you're losing when you play the Ana over the Baptiste. You don't have the lamp for those kind of situations where... Oh, wow, nice wall. Lamp saves a lot... Later probe. Lamp saves a lot of people from those kind of like big ultimates. It's not going to save you from Shatter Blizzard, but it'll save you from other things. Backbone's May is also sick. It's been awesome to see Backbone come in and be a mainstay of this London Spitfire roster as well. I think his May is up there with one of the better ones in the world. Landon's doing great. Yeah, Landon, underrated as... His Baptiste is by far his best hero, it feels like. He does so much damage. Honestly, London Spitfire, like, all of their best heroes are essentially in this... in this composition that they play, so... Backbone gets probed. Junbin finally gets Landon. That feels like a mistake here from London. They kind of needed Landon here. Oh, Backbone. Is Hardy going to drop to try and save him? Or the pin was an interesting idea. Yeah, it's not going to be enough. Maybe aside from Sparker Cass. Yeah, but like Sparker Hanzo is still really good as well for him. It's not like he's being forced to play something like Tracer or Sombra that he's less comfortable on. Like Sparker on any hit scan, like Ash, Cassidy, Widowmaker, Hanzo, like even though Hanzo's not hit scan, it's like it's kind of like a long range character. I think Sparker has all of those locked in. Force out Blizzard at least, yeah. And now they can step up with the window, take positioning with the window, and then all of a sudden, if Junbin tries to aggress, they can drop the Blizzard. I actually don't know where this Blizzard went. Oh, they got Luke Mino. Oh, it's kind of nasty by Backbone with the right clicks. Last year when London played, they're a fun team to watch. They are a really fun team to watch when they play this like unique style. I think Shock played that well. I think they just kind of fucked up their ultimates. Junbin got caught. Like, I don't like the Ana over the Baptiste. I think Junbin got a little too aggressive. So, they were somewhat toe-to-toe. Shock have been playing a lot of Pharah Mercy as of late. And I don't really understand why. You know what I mean? Like, it doesn't feel like Shock... It feels like they could easily play the Ramatra and like a somewhat normal dive and they would be pretty good. But they've kind of been trying to put all their eggs in the proper basket by playing this Pharah Mercy. And as much as it can be good, and this is going to be the right pick in this situation, I just don't love it. Like, I just think it's a worse composition that if the other team reacts well to you playing the Pharah, I think you just lose. Like, I think you lose a lot of control. We haven't really seen much Pharah be played on this. Oh, I guess we don't see much Pharah played at all.
Pharah can obviously make it very difficult for this Spitfire composition, and then mix just the consistent damage of the 76 in the mix. Just a lot of damage output.
Proper says, put me on the bay one more time, and I'm taking extended leave. He's gonna have the pocket here.
Oh, lives long enough. But like, he's not doing enough damage, right? Like, yeah, he's gotten close to some picks, but he needs to get a pick. Like, he needs to get multiple kills, right? Like, the rest of the team can't do anything, right? Junbin is going to be completely useless in this composition because he can't play aggressively enough into the amount of damage that they have. And the only healer for him is Kiriko. And Kiriko can't play too aggressive because they need to play safe. And then Pro's like poking. So it's like they need Proper to find at least one pick by now to justify the comp. Pro's actually hitting a couple of shots, which is nice. Spread them pretty thin. But they have Baptiste Hanzo still alive. This is not an easy win for the Shock here. If Spark hits a good shot on the Proper, they'll win this fight. And like, they just can't close the fight out fast enough. Oh wow, that was pretty lucky that Spark didn't kill Proper, but well played. I think that was well played by Shock. That's best case scenario. Rimman's taking for the 100 bits. Sparker does trade for Pro. They're probably going to get the res off, you would assume, though. Yeah, they do get the res, nice. Because that's one of the hard things about playing Mercy here as well, is people are like, oh, you have the Resurrect as well. It's like, most of the time, if you're playing against a comp, they're not going to give you the opportunity to res. What? Hardy just pins into the backline and kills Probe.
Proper, that'll be a kill there onto Probe right away from Hardy, and then Sparker going to play the Cassidy, so being able to just put some consistent damage up in the sky.
Shock lost one Koth round and immediately went Proper go kill. Well, the thing is, I think they've been playing this other than just against... They played it against someone else in their other match in this weekend as well, where they played a lot of weird shit. Against the Valiant. Am I looking at this right? Yeah, they did it against the Valiant as well.
The Shock need to make a change off of this at this point.
They played like a bunch of different Pharaoh comps against the Valiant on Control. So this seems like something that wasn't just specifically cooked for the Spitfire, but they were going to play against these rush compositions. And now, okay, here's another problem with the Pharaoh Mercy. Now they're playing Soldier Sojourn, Orisa, Mercy, Kiriko. Which is just bad. Like, it's just all round a bad composition. Even if they win this round, I can't remember, it's just a bad composition. Like, it doesn't do anything. You're kind of relying on Probe and Proper to be able to find picks, but that's it. If Spitfire just, like, do any level of reaction, they just win. I love the ability. Sparker, usually when he plays against the Pharaoh, he goes to Cassidy. And Backbone, when he plays against it, he gets off the mace. Like, because he's not walling anything anymore. So he just goes Sombra. He hacks people out of the air. He helps isolate targets. Because everyone's so split and alone, that's great for Sombra. That's what she wants. Oh, that's a terrible window by Landon. Like, Shock need to switch. So now Probe is playing, like, Mei. But then Luke Mino should not be on Mercy anymore. Junmin needs to get over for Orisa. Orisa's just a bad pick. Luke Mino's stuck on Mercy. What? Just Mercy pocketing Proper and just hoping for the best? I understand it's Proper, but he's not going to be able to do what you're hoping he's going to be able to do.
So the talent is their zone is quite a crazy place to be. Look at these team compositions. London again, they get to play to their strength. They'd like to go for this. They have now Backbone to pilot that Sombra. Just going to give them...
Yeah, like, Backbone knows he doesn't need to do anything. Like, they're the ones who have to walk into them. Shadow comes down. Oh, Suzu at the exact moment. But, yeah, like... It doesn't matter. Like, they haven't even had a close fight. Like, the first... I think if you're going to play Pharaoh Mercy Orisa... If you're going to play Pharaoh Mercy Orisa, stay Pharaoh Mercy Orisa. And then if you're going to switch off of Pharaoh Mercy in the Orisa round, you got to do wholesale swaps. You got to completely change everything. The bag, dude. Hardy is sending a message. Mental warfare. He knows if you can get Proper on tilt, then that can be a win condition. Unfortunately, if you... get Proper into full sicko mode, it can end up pretty poorly.
Who even knows what the Shock are going to do, right? I mean, it looks like they've been...
Vandal, thank you for the 3 months. Ace is high. Hell yeah. Have you seen the copy pasta? Wait, what's the copy pasta?
Yeah, you know, the meals may be a little bit overdone. They should have just stopped.
Does Proper tilt? Do you have tea? No idea. I've never talked to Proper. I don't really... Like, that's one of the problems with everything being online. I don't talk with any of the San Francisco Shock people, right? When you're at events, you actually cross paths with a lot of people and have a lot of conversations, but just not when everyone's online, right?
And then Probe on the Sojourn, which typically sometimes we see this like comboed with like a Tracer.
All right, on to Iconvolta, London Spitfire winning the first map, and I think Shock, like, they almost won with playing their Ramatra. I actually don't think that was a bad look for the Shock at all. I would prefer to say that with them. And like, even this composition, right? Like, Winston, Sojourn, Echo, Mercy, Ana. Like, Junbin is going to die, but it's going to be impossible for him to find anything, right? And this is why I feel like he's like, oh, maybe I should play Orisa thing. I almost just think Wrecking Ball, like, does Wrecking Ball not work here? Where you just, like, be disruptive in the backline and play your own game and just, like, roll around, and then as soon as they walk in, you slam? Because he's not going to do anything on Winston anyway. Is Junbin just dead? Read pinned. What's the pinned message?
Like Sparker knows, right, that the Mercy's just kind of like lingering around the central.
You're bold, 3-8, and would get bodied on Ryan by content creators. Super. I'm sorry that you're one of the very few moments of career successy you've ever had that led you to taunt Proper, who probably has better accolades and stats in 1 month than you accumulate in 1 year. LOL. Oh, God. Bro, Fans getting so upset about things is the funniest.
Doesn't want to allow that res to go off.
Jumbin has been fertilizer for most of
That's a good copy pasta. That's got to be spammed anytime Hardy goes pinning into the backline.
Point's already been flipped.
My favorite is the successy because it kind of seems like sussy. Okay, Jumbin goes over to the ball. Nice. I like this ball switch.
No defense
But they lose first point because Jumbin like fed.
on first point. And now you're
Like I actually can get behind this comp. I think this comp makes somewhat sense on Ike. It's a little weird, and you could probably just play the Winston Tracer Sombra maybe in certain situations. That's why people play it. But this at least puts more emphasis on it. I just think Echo Mercy isn't worth it. Wait, Jumbin which instantly went Ramatra. Why did he go Ramatra? Why did he go Ramatra? Why? What is he going to do with Ramatra? What is the plan on Ramatra? You're just going, if you ever step up, you just get run over by 5 players.
He goes all the way back to the spawn. Probably going to be coming out. Yeah, he's going to be coming through the castle here in just a second. But still, decent amount of payload progress. So you get it like through that gate. You get it.
Can't probe go Sojin. The problem with Sojin is Sojin's very rarely going to find a kill.
Proper Luke Mino playing from that top right corner here. Vortex thrown down by Jumbin. He wants to slow the Spitfire down as they're going to transition.
Oh, wow. That was nice play.
A very effective vantage point, but losing Admiral on the way means their ability to reposition on a dime
Oh, wow. He's just doing so much work.
Line is proper too from the sticky bombs. That's gonna happen when you play so close to your Reinhardt.
Yeah.
Close together in general.
That was nice. That was nice.
The punishments.
Yeah, I mean, he's got that damage boost.
Sparker goes over to the Symmetra. I think this is a great adaptation by the Spitfire. And this is the advantage they have. You can tell Spitfire know what they need to change and what needs to be different if they're losing the fight. If it feels like they're unable to like do anything, they make the right swaps. And this Symmetra allows them to like avoid the problem that they just had where it takes them so long to like route around the map that it's so easy for Proper or Renko to find a pick or a nade or anything like that. So the Symmetra essentially makes it easier for them to move around the point. Oh, Admiral, do not get caught.
I beg his belief, honestly. Landed there, mildly stuck.
Shatter?
Shatter on the low.
Oh, yeah, there we go. Nice EMP.
And there's no way for London to follow up on that.
It's a really hard point to play Reinhardt into.
Jumbin, yeah.
Because you can see, like, they don't even, like, Shock don't even need to do anything. They just drop into them and find picks.
On to Junbin when he's on the floor. Damage coming down from Proper on the other side, you know, with a focusing beam to finish players off the beat. Even though Hadi lands a shatter there on the
I believe probably when he says this was Striker's fault. Why did he say it was Striker's fault? Was that a meme or... Because that I do remember seeing that thing of, like, he put in Discord. Did he want Striker to be able to play, like, Tracer? Because I think if they had Tracer... they would be better. Does Probe have a good Tracer? Does Probe have a Tracer in his wheelhouse? Oh, nice.
who is using the Ant Matrix here?
Like, because I think the Tracer is really good against these comps. Like, if you're playing, like, a good dive around it.
Fires through the Ant Matrix.
He was on a plane during the match? Yeah. But, like, I don't know if that was, like, an actual, like, there's actually validity of, like, maybe it would have helped to have a Striker player. Yeah, like, look at how much damage the Spitfire are taking. They just can't do anything. And the backline is just sitting on the high ground, and there's nothing they can do to stop it. Jumbin does eventually die because of the wall. And they're actually going to get picks. Wow. They just lived long enough to finally get the picks.
Focusing being Concat's Admiral and Backbone. Skeets a shot in Proper's direction. San Francisco crumble.
But that's another thing that surprises me about this. Like,
Yeah, like, Proper wasn't actually mad and actually blaming Striker. But I think there's some validity to that point of, like, you kind of want... Like, I think this would be better if Proper was playing Echo. I think you'd want to trace a player who can, like... So, like, who's always chasing, right? Like, Trace is really good against this comp because you're sort of, like, always applying a ton of pressure. Yeet? The Air Blizzard? I remember seeing this the first time around. And it just zones them. It was actually, it's a really good Blizzard.
Yeah. We've seen some stuff. I think we've seen like a grab unit through there before.
Oh, I don't think they're going to have enough damage, though, with the EMP. Because, dude, Landon is just cooking.
That traded kills though. Probe
Yeah, that was really... Dude, Landon's at Baptiste is actually so underrated in London's success.
I actually, you know, that Blizzard usage, it looked really weird there at the start, but I actually kind of liked it, right? Backbone throws it up in the sky.
So now Shocker end up in the mirror. But they're still playing the Ana. I just don't like the Ana in this.
They don't want to exactly just
I also think Proper needs to get off the Echo.
extra
You're playing Brawl vs. Brawl. I think it's going to be hard for Proper to find any value.
Shock running with this. The Echo's not
Like, who do you duplicate? Hanzo?
the map. You're
Lucio? Ana? Like, I guess it just has to be Ana, right? Oh, no, sorry, fuck, I'm looking at the wrong side. Like, Baptiste?
Reinhardt in the sim.
But you need a lot of attention, I think, from your healers.
Maybe the May?
Really good time here for the Spitfire potentially.
This is Ekner. 2 minutes 40.
He dupes Ryan. Oh, I actually think I saw a Spylo thing of him duplicating the Ryan. I think I do remember this. I was in a car when this match was happening, so I was listening to it. But duplicating Ryan is... Oh, wow. Nice TP onto Probe. The duplicating Ryan just doesn't work because you just don't have enough health to be... Oh. I didn't see anything.
Very forgettable shatter. Probe going down at the start of that fight. Cheeky little TP usage. Says Hardy's shield run out. He decided to go aggressive.
Oh, and he's got... If anything, it's just that helps the sim beam him down, actually. I didn't even think about that.
Having that extra staying power.
Forces a annihilation, dude. This is costing Shock a lot of ultimates to stay in this fight.
Look at how the Spitfire have to fold back here. And he's far from
I guess Spitfire used a bunch of theirs as well, but Hardy kind of threw one away.
getting kills necessarily. He's forcing the Spitfire back, forcing them to slow it up.
Spitfire used beat.
Yeah, I think if you're going to dupe, you either go for like the May. I think you'd go for the May. I think May is probably the best one, and if you can get a Blizzard down fast enough. Oh, wow, nice. They just meat grinder right there. All right, there you go.
So much focus there on a nano boosted.
That was really well played.
Leaves the rest of San Francisco free to do the dirty work. So now that time bank shrinks by 1 whole minute there. San Francisco put it together and hold onto their beat.
Yeah, that's
Something that Admiral lost so cheaply himself.
Yeah, they don't even feel pressured enough, right? The Shock end up having to use that sound barrier. They end up being able to hold on to it. Maybe Admiral and the Spitfire thought that if we invest our beat, like
What are they going to do? TP to the... Yeah, I like this. Oh, Backbone didn't get the memo.
No, you're kidding.
that at all is
Wait, where is... What is... How is... What is... Wait, yo, wait. What is happening? So half the team went to the point. Half the team didn't make it to the point. Then half the team went forward and half the team went back. And then somehow Shock came out second best. How did this happen? All right, there's a Ryan duplicate. He got the sound barrier, so it's fine. Oh, wow. Does the Reinhardt not get the... Do you not get the Ironclad? That boop felt way too far to have the Ironclad buff. We actually talked about this in our previous one where... What? I guess you don't get the Ironclad buff? Maybe it was because it was on the stairs, because I thought you do get the Ironclad buff. I don't really know. I don't really know. But that was a crazy long boop.
as soon as the beat comes out, they just speed away immediately.
Yeah, he needs to switch. I think go May. Oh, no, Luke Mino, just don't die. That's all he needed to not do. Oh, yeah, just solo shatter Junbin. Block all the healing. So smart. That's another problem with playing that Ana over the... Is that all your healing can literally be blocked. Dude, Proper comes out on the J Silly. It's not going to be enough. And... Oh, 0.8! Oh, that's actually such a big deal that he finishes with 0.8 of a second as well. All right. Over to the San Francisco Shock attack.
At a very high level.
Probe has yet, I think, to turn up and have a big sojourn showing for us today.
I want to know if an Echo tank gets slept. Does the sleep act like a sleep? I actually don't know the answer to that question either. Because like not many people play Echo these days in the games that I've played, like from the bits and pieces I've played. If they do, they very rarely. All of those things are very rarely coming true, right? I feel like Proper Swap was theoretically good, but kind of a hard throw. I think they were in trouble anyway. Like, I don't think it was a hard throw by Proper. I think the duplicate didn't get a lot of value, ends up switching, but they lost one of their players while they switch. So now Shock are going to play the Ramatra May stuff again, which one I'm gonna veto once again. Not a fan of the Echo Mercy when you don't, like, so right now, what does their comp do, right? What is your win condition if you're the San Francisco Shock? Proper does enough damage and kills somebody. Probe hits a shot that kills somebody. They're kind of hoping that they just out-damage the sustain of the London Spitfire. But if at any moment someone gets a flank or someone gets a pick, everything gets undone here for the Shock. And now Junbin's in trouble. Proper's going down. Like, if London Spitfire don't be proactive ever and they just sort of like stand around and get damaged by the Echo and the Sojourn, then yeah, like... that can work. But I think Spitfire are smart enough that they realize, you know, that's why Backbone goes on that flank. That's why they fight other angles. They're not just going to sit there and let Hardy lose his shield, lose his health, lose all their cooldowns.
Or you have to push in far enough, right, to get use of this pillar, but still the defense has such a large advantage.
They have no way of playing proactive is the thing that I think they're running into. And now, as soon as Spitfire start getting ult, it gets even more difficult. Because I don't even love the ultimates that Shock have. It's not like they have that big team fight winning ultimate. Like Overclock, maybe. Echo Dupe, maybe. Valk helps. Annihilation is probably... Nano Annihilation is probably their biggest tool to get in. But even then, they don't really have a speed boost to really, like, get it completely. Oh, that's Lamp early. That's really big. Wait, he's going to duplicate Ryan again? How many times has he duped a Rhine now and gotten 0 value? Oh, late B. Hardy's low. Backbone's 1. Not a great sound barrier, in my opinion. But it's not the worst thing in the world. Like, Shock used so many ultimates, not a big deal. Oh. Alright, and now they're switching, like, if you're the Shock, genuinely, I think their best path forward is, like, what they're trying isn't working. Just mirror the rush. Like, I think they could easily play Ramatra Lucio, Bap, and yeah, like, do this. I think that's the best thing that you can do to your advantage in this situation. You're kind of playing their game, but if you're not confident enough in your dive, then I think that's fine.
Yeah, I can't shake the feeling that San Francisco are playing right into London's hands with these slower setups. Now they go a little bit more up tempo, right?
Regarding your comment about Proper's choice of things, my child will not copy Reinhardt multiple times.
The drop on your opponent's part. We've lost much time in this round already. San Francisco.
Oh god. Alright, what do they get? Ah, oh, shit. Now Probe's dead. This is so bad because this gives time for Backbone to get up another Blizzard. So even when Jumbin now goes in with this Annihilation, Backbone's going to have the Blizzard. And that's really bad for Jumbin because they're just going to split him with it. Bailey, thank you for the 78 months. How does it feel to be old as hell? Oh, I don't know what you mean. I'm the ripe age of 29. Imagine being 30. Couldn't be me.
The Shock need to be the one that forces the issue on the points. So they're going to be able to walk into some of these huge ultimates. It's going to be tough.
One more chance here for San Francisco.
Shut up, Scott. Bunch of old heads. Alright, Annihilation. Whoa, yeet! Did that go into the... I think that went too far. Oh, no, it landed exactly on the point. Wow, that was a great Blizzard. Did that hit the cart? That had to have hit the cart, right? One second, I want to look at this again. I think Proper yeeted it. I thought it was... I think it does hit the cart because I think it was going to go into the building or at least in the back end. But it lands on the cart instead, so it's actually not bad. Proper diff. Oh, this is so bad for Shock the longer this fight goes on. Oh, this is so bad for Shock the longer this on. Because if Hardy comes back with this Earth Shatter, they're in trouble. Luke Mino gets the sound barrier. Oh, the pin. Oh, dude, Proper is pissed. They're just making it like... Shock need to come up with a plan and just stick to it. It feels like they're switching so much that it doesn't feel like any of... They're never getting ultimates in actual fights where they have an advantage. Like, they're just switching way too much. Alright, now they're playing the Winston Tracer Sombra. Which is funny because this is like a map that I actually think Echo Mercy is like one of the best Echo Mercy points as well. Like, if you were going to play Echo Mercy, this is the point that I would want to play it on defense. Because your Ana can play defensively on the high ground, can never be run down. Probe can, like, move around and do his thing. Like, it seems weird that this is the one that they're like, let's play the Winston Tracer Sombra. Shock switch too much equals bad. Mayhem switch too much equals win. Well, one team is doing it to give themselves an advantage. Shock aren't giving themselves an advantage with any of these swaps. They're just, like, willy-nilly swapping. And also... almost every swap that Florida Mayhem do, it looks premeditated and there was already a plan there. Especially because if they play this, then we play this, right?
Quarterback, you know what I mean? Just getting down there, no worries. Ain't passing to nobody. Okay, so we're in the car watch here. And London Spitfire trade. They lose Admiral.
You don't want to like Reinhardt down here, right? You don't want to like run into the Reinhardt Sim May down here in this part of the map, right?
No, actually, you were joking about this, I feel. In the break, talking about like running the sim.
Like even like you can see like look at how much EMP Probe is getting up, and this EMP is going to be huge and should be huge.
If you are committed to
like if Renko just sits on this high ground, drops great nades, like they're in such a good spot. All right, EMP. You guys need an EMP like 5 seconds ago. No, it's too late now. Don't do it, Probe. Oh no, Probe.
Spitfire despite the EMP coming in, and London's still pretty healthy. Landon's got a great perch up here around this May wall. TP to the high ground. All of a sudden, Hardy's going to be coming in from the top rope, and Probe has to pull on out. Prober. Okay, yeah, back to spawn with him, and here come the London Spitfire.
Oh, Admiral.
With Junbin, able to find Admiral, who was hit with a Vita grenade prior to the fact. Probe drops down, Renko's up there.
I think if they're gonna play this way, I think Junbin needs to be taking more damage and poking more because it is unacceptable. Well, not unacceptable, might be the wrong word. If you're playing against this setup of the London Spitfire, Renko should have more than 98% ult charge here. Like, either Junbin's not taking enough damage to charge up a nano, but there is no way we should be a minute 38 in and Renko doesn't have a nano boost. There should be enough posturing and poking and prodding that they have a nano boost, because the nano boost and the EMP are really the only two ways that you're going to have to deal with this problem, right? You need an ultimate to be able to do it, but they didn't get to either of them fast enough. But EMP, that can be difficult, but the nano as well, like unacceptable felt like too much of like a disappointed dad kind of energy. So now Proper goes Genji. I kind of like the Genji pick versus the Mei Sim. I just don't know if it's gonna do much. Yeah, Juma gets his primal force for what feel. Whoa, bro! 3 and 8, bold accolades, whatever the tweet was. Hardy's had some questionable pins. Really going for magic.
There's no way you hit the Genji there. I think Backbone trolls Hardy, who was attempting a pin on Proper.
Oh, that's a big fire strike, actually, that hit Luke Mino. Oh, dude, car wash. Oh, God, Shock's getting fucked. And this, let's play back this fight again and sort of talk about where the flaws of this happens, right? Like, because Shock, they're getting up to Primal, they're getting up to Rally, they're getting up to Nano Boost, right? So they have some tools to do with this, right? But here's how they engage the fight, right? So Junbin jumps off of the high ground, gets his bubble forced pretty much immediately, like drops it on cooldown, gets pinned. So now they haven't used the nano boost to engage, to give him more health, to add a threat, and any follow-up is there. Junbin just gets his primal forced, okay? He gets his primal force so badly. Oh, actually, that's a pretty early beat by Admiral. That was kind of unnecessary. And Hardy blows the shadow. So these are two ultimates that Spitfire have kind of thrown away. So, but they haven't used the nano boost yet. And then, like, nothing's happening. Junbin's in trouble. And then they nano Proper. My man Junbin's at 125 health, needs a nano boost, needs something to apply any pressure to the Spitfire, and they just nano Proper. So then Proper doesn't get anything done. All of a sudden, they live to tell the tale. Landon doesn't die to the Proper execution. Junbin doesn't get anything done, and they just lose. Like, I think they need to put resources into Junbin. You can't just nano Proper. It kind of, you know what it kind of feels like? It does feel like everyone's just like, we're gonna put all our resources into Proper, regardless of if it's the right decision. Like, I'm all for putting resources into your hard carry, but at some point, Junbin needs a lifeline. Like, he's literally drowning. What's that, the meme with the kid who's drowning and one's, like, drowning and they're, like, playing with the other kid? Like, that's what it feels like, of, like, the San Francisco Shock, Luke Mino and Renko, they're, like, helping Proper, and then, like, fucking Junbin's just, like, drowning by the side of the pool. Like, that, it doesn't feel like they're putting their resources in the right place and, like, responding correctly. And this, the whole long-winded explanation of, I don't think the way that the San Francisco Shock, like this Sombra setup, Tracer Winston, I don't think is awful either, like if you play it correctly. But like, look, London just go to spawn. They're just holding tab. They're like, let's see how the Shock respond. Let's see how many switches they make. All right, these are the switches they make. They're not going to change much. Okay, we just go Cassidy Sombra. Boom. They're going to play dive. We're going to hack them. We're going to shoot them. And then we're just going to win. Like, Spitfire are just waiting to see what the Shock are doing. And then just responding and kind of, oh, wow. Man, just, what did he get hit by? He must have got kunai'd from across the map by Luke Mino.
It's just so out of place, though, because
Is that a Renko problem or a Junbin stay out too long? I don't know. Like, it could be a coaching thing of like, hey, we're going to put all our resources into proper. It could be proper asking for it. It could be Renko, Junbin not asking for it. It could be a million different things, right?
This is going to be his biggest challenge, right? Getting value for the right pick here, I think is going to be a struggle.
Well, I mean, look, there is lots of high ground here for the Shock to use. You know, a large area of the map that you kind of have to traverse here for the Spitfire to get.
This is it. This is perfect. Right on time. This meme perfectly encapsulates how I feel about this series so far.
The payload. And I mean, look at Reinhardt, right? You just have this shield that can face one way. There are two high ground opportunities here on either side of the.
Thank you, Adam. Thank you, Adam.
Do big damage from.
One, yeah, and that's actually a good point. We haven't seen a single biotic grenade from Renko, and I don't know if this is something of like how they're playing, but we haven't seen a single big biotic grenade on any of these players that has resulted in a kill, and that's an important factor. That's one of the things that makes Fielder and Shu so great. That's why, like, if you hit a biotic grenade on any of these players, the dive should follow, but we haven't seen that, and then there has been no follow-up for that as well. So the way that the Shock are playing, it just feels a little off right now.
So stabilization for San Francisco, still 345, so plenty of time for London to come up with an answer, or maybe even just Backbone gets EMP and everything falls over from there. Something to
like, this is with a prime time to be yeeting nades. If you hit something big, then you just nano Junbin in, right? Like, you hit a nade, nano Junbin, boom, go, damn, dive. Let's see how they use these ultimates, because I bet they're about to Nano Blade, and I think it's a terrible idea to Nano Blade. The Hardy shot is nothing again. I don't know what happened there. Oh, Junbin! Like, what the fuck, Junbin? Like, what is going on? Why does Junbin primal here? Junbin's hacked, then he tries to jump onto the high ground, flubs it, falls, and then just primals. Wait, what?
Shatter goes for naught.
Yeah, primal here from Junbin there is.
They still have the nano boost. Jump. I haven't watched this map. What am I watching? Why is the nano boost still being held? Why is Junbin not being nanoed? Why did Junbin go in to begin with? Why did he go back in? Hindered. It doesn't matter they're hindered. Like, and then it's true classic fashion. Oh my god, he literally proper go kill. Proper gets nanoed.
Yeah, but so the nano's gone, so you're gonna have a blade, but they're going to end up having a sound barrier on the other side. It's just Admiral's probably a little bit.
Yeah, so now Proper's got a blade, but what do you do there, right? Like, this is... I actually really like the way the Shock are playing, where they're playing just reactive. Luke Mino's on the high ground here, just applying constant pressure. Spitfire really can't aggress right now, and I think they probably need to switch to Symmetra to, like, TP around in the same way that they did with Ike. But, like, that was... Like, Junbin did not... That was just such a bad play by Junbin. And the fact that they didn't nano Junbin to help him and save him, even though he made a bad play, is crazy. Oh, wow, nice. Gets Renko completely alone. Whoa, what the 1v3 EMP? I also don't know where Luke Mino was for that EMP. When Renko got hacked, Luke Mino kind of needs to be close. And then Probable's... Like, they just kind of just get got.
They're just gunking on him. I mean,
not normal. This is very, very strange. It is a
I agree, Mitch. This is very, very strange to watch. Like, I don't really understand what I'm looking at with my eyeballs. London dive faster, which is that's the crazy thing. London dove faster with a Reinhardt comp.
No, that's London's job.
And then they come out Bastion, Orisa, Mercy, Jay Silly.
Very based team composition. I'm not going to lie to you. They're going to go with this. Oh man, I'm getting everything I could have asked for.
I think you just play right, like play Farah proper. If you're gonna play this comp, play Farah. You just why are we on the Jay Silly? Why are we? Why is maybe because he knows that they're gonna back into the room. They seem like they have a basic idea of what they're gonna do. Okay, well this is what. Oh god, Proper's dead. Oh, Proper's alive.
Okay. All right. Proper though down eventually to Admiral, but San Francisco's a very unconventional composition. Succeeds here, I guess, in their objective. Deal with this Reinhardt. So absolute discord in the ranks. Proper staying on the Junkrat here. So
do more damage.
I guess this is like the pirate ship, but without Orisa having a static shield. No Baptiste here.
No Bap. Yeah, I mean, it's you know, it's just got kind
Okay, now we're in the car wash.
some of the same heroes, but it's nowhere close. Junbin gets.
Alright, this is Mr. Oh, yeah, sorry. I got an important message. Wait, what did I miss? What did I miss?
That is a pin directly out of Junkrat.
We got a martyrdom kill on the Admiral? Oh, okay, that doesn't really matter. That doesn't really matter.
Succeeds here, I guess, in their objective. Deal with this Reinhardt. So absolute discord in the ranks. Proper staying on
He's napping again? Bro, I got messages. I'm sorry. I needed to respond.
Ship, but without Orisa having a static shield. No Baptiste.
So Spitfire seem to have a good idea here. If they want to take multiple fights, now they're in the car wash. This is a pretty good fight for them. Unfortunately, Proper is Junkrat and actually works pretty well. And I actually think Proper is probably playing Junkrat. I think they anticipated this. Like, they had to have... Oh, God. They had to have anticipated this and had a somewhat of a good plan. No way they're gonna lose this, right? Oh, they got the res on Probe is huge. Wheels mode. Yeah, Hardy dead.
It's not hacked or anything. I mean, he's in a terrible spot. Yeah, you'll get him out of the way. It seems like London just kind of.
Honestly, the way that London are playing, I think if London had played the Brawl less sit in rooms, as soon as they saw the Junkrat, maybe it would have worked better. But this can still be really difficult. Oh, wow. Nice boot by Admiral. Oh, no. Sparker still dies. Oh, Riptire, baby. Zzz. Oh, wow. That was a fight. Oh, wow. Hardy got the second one, dude. Look at those accolades. Proper kills Landon, dude. Proper cannot do more on the Jay Silly. Dude, the Proper Jay Silly goes crazy. Oh, he's dead. This is the West Coast special. I don't know what this is. I like the way that the Shock are playing this against the way that the Spitfire are playing it, but I think it's not going to work on this point. It is no longer going to work on the second point unless they get like... Unless Spitfire just don't get an opportunity to clear off the high ground, but they do. Proper's just going to need to go crazy with some Jay Silly mines. Ooh.
And it also makes it difficult for the Reinhardt to get in and make big impact because there's so much damage being put on that shield.
London up to drop down now. Seems like a scary prospect, but what choice do they really have with this composition? They need Simp in the fight. They need May close enough to find impact as well. Scary stuff, and it's going to be a shout out from Hardy.
Oh, Spark goes down. Admiral gets Proper, but if they can res this...
Seems like a very good choice.
Dude, this is so chaotic. It's so chaotic. But you take that. Chaos is a ladder.
I don't think their comp is really tooled to deal with this.
No, it's not. I think if you're London, you're probably just kind of considering, did you sit...
What do you switch to here if you're Sparker? Do you go like... I don't know if he should be on the sim. Is like Cassidy better here? Just have that like burst damage potential. Oh, Proper just dies. How? Hanzo? Yeah, Hanzo's not a bad... I just think he needs more kill potential, but I guess the sim works. Maybe they need the TP to get around. Get a maneuver away from the Junkrat, so...
Cisco, absolutely critical.
That's a huge hold though, yeah. Because, yeah, how did the shot get into this fight again? Like, how do they close the distance and make it through these chokes?
You can do some damage between Backbone,
Like,
London.
Probe and Proper's ultimates are just, like, most likely very useless. Like, and that is actually something that, like, can't be understated for, like, why this comp from Shock is, like, kind of bad. Is, like, Taya can be really good, but is unlikely to be really good. Bastion ultimate is the most useless ultimate in the game. Risserod is the second most useless ultimate in the game because it very rarely finds the value that you need for it, especially in this scenario. Valkyrie is good, but probably one of the worst support ultimates in the game, as it's kind of like a reactive ult. It doesn't really help you do anything. So they don't really have many things to do anything. How do you get these guys off of the high ground? Junbin steps up, but he's going to take a lot of damage. Yeah, I like this Backbone on the point. Like, Backbone can't really be punished while standing on the point. So if Lugmino's already backed because of all the damage. Okay, they got him off the high ground. They could sim TP back up. Oh, ooh, danger. This is actually going to be a really good tire now because they've got the high ground. Oh, no. Oh, kind of a fumble, but I don't think it matters yet. Tiger, thank you for the 13 months. Okay, there we go. That worked. Spitfire, I think Spitfire just didn't... I don't know if they just didn't have any ultimates to do anything, but they just kind of like... Junbin forced them to the low ground, and then they got pushed off. Proper took the high ground. Probe fight. Was that a 5k from Probe? I didn't realize you got a 5k. I wonder if there's an adaptation that Spitfire could do that would, like, limited switching potential. I think in a perfect world, you would switch, like, Admiral to Zenyatta. Like, is it crazy if you switch, like, Admiral to Zenyatta and then, like, that's what you do? That might be crazy. Just something with, like, high damage. You want to do something that's going to make this comp feel bad, and I think if you can punish them for just existing... Yeah, like, Hardy, Diva, Admiral, Zen. Like, obviously, Spitfire don't want to do that, but... I just... If you make, like, a couple of swaps, force Shock to switch, and then you can switch back whenever you need to. Like, that's it. They don't need the speed boost. Like, they're not really using the speed boost for as much as they really want to here. Hardy gets proper. But, obviously, they can play the Lucio sim if they really want to. I just think you're going to bleed out and you're going to lose fights eventually, right? Or Proper goes over to the Genji. Don't like that swap. I think the Junkrat was one of the things that was really working for them. It's like they just had so much damage that Hardy wasn't really able to play the game. But now he's on the Genji. I think that Hardy gets a lot more free.
A little bit of a window here for the Shock to make something happen, but you play aggressive, right? You have Shatter, you have Blizzard, right? Draw out the clock. That's the game here for the Spitfire.
Oh, bait TP. They found Junbin. It's just a bait to go for Junbin though. Oh! I actually really like that play from, I like that play by Shock. Like, I like the idea of what they're doing with the Orisa of, like, you don't want to force the target, but, yeah.
It's fine if you're London, right? I mean, you have such an...
Hardy has magnetic pin.
The goal here is to play aggressive, right? Force them to use some...
Oh, God. What happened? Why are we here? Why are we here?
An awesome spot to potentially be in, it looks like, though. I mean, Hardy just going to, play off this Mega? Is that kind of the plan here?
Yeah. They can speed boost him back.
Oh, but London. London. Oh, no, Landon used the window to... Actually, they get 2 kills for it, so it's not the worst thing in the world. And the card spell back... Wait. Wait, they're gonna live to tell the tale?
I mean, yeah, I guess you make your own, like, in some senses, though. Like, they get 2 kills, I think, immediately.
I think, yeah, honestly, that wasn't that bad for Spitfire. Obviously, a little bit of trolling, but it wasn't as... It wasn't as bad as I thought it might be.
You're not super worried about this Bastion ultimate, right? I mean...
Yeah, I think it's gonna come down to when Admiral beats here. I think Spitfire need to use the wall and go, yeah. Apply some pressure. Lugmano uses Valk. I don't really like that wall. Oh, where is Hardy going? Dude, Hardy is cooking too much. There was some fumbles by London in these couple of They have no right losing this. Oh, the beat never even went down? Oh my. Okay. Okay. That I got nothing. I got nothing to say. That was Overwatch.
For that degree of flexibility, like Tracer won't give that to you because she lacks that verticality. So I wouldn't mind it. Junkrat,
Admiral trolled. Well, it's not Admiral troll as much. Like Hardy, I think the wall was bad. I think he TP'd but then got caught there, which then meant that like I don't know if Admiral didn't have the opportunity to drop the beat, but like yeah, there was some fumbles.
I mean that is tough. So looks like Proper gonna be forced back into spawn. So you're gonna do a change here. Like in theory, I like the
Orisa old damage through shield. I think Hardy might have dropped the shield.
have amazing places to play from with this composition, right? They have to challenge the car, and the car doesn't have any.
Oh, Hardy's gonna be careful. He's in a bad spot again. As long as he can get back to the point. Forces lamp. Oh, this is not good. Landon's gonna get up to a window here. Oh, whoa, wait, yo. Yeah, I think London are just going a little, like, why do you need to go now, right? They only just stabilized. I think if Proper can't go in, they just got healthy because the regenerative burst. I don't know why they feel the need to TP to the spawn door. Because the cart's not even that far forward anyway yet. So they just run into spawn and now they get surrounded. So nice rocket though by Proper. 10 seconds left, fuck it. I think if they had just waited for cooldowns, Landon gets his window, then you do the spawn TP. I think that gives them a much better chance of living. Because they need the regenerative burst and they definitely didn't have lamp again. I wonder what their plan was. I think their plan was hopefully TP to the backline and insta-kill a backliner. But it just never came to be. And now this is where it gets hard against this comp. Yeah. I like the idea. That was literally like we're just going to nano barrage and there's nothing you're going to be able to do against it. And yeah, they get it. They're just cooking. Oh, well, here's the thing. I like the way they've been cooking, but they've been making mistakes with the cooking. You know? Some stray ingredients.
For the shock. So they'll get a Reaper in the mix to brawl a little bit on that point.
Why? 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 Why would he do that? Pharah's working really well. They haven't switched to counter you. They have ultimates. Maybe he's afraid the wall is going to cause problems. I don't really understand this. I feel like if he stays Pharah, he gets the high ground and he can hold it. And the chances that he just like stray kills someone is huge. But Reaper is going to do... I'm going to say nothing in this fight. Let's see. Maybe Proper's cooking. Oh, God. Oh, he got Sparker!
There is a symbol in play here, but it's enough to keep Sparker alive. Junbi just wants to stay here. The Blizzard, they might make this problematic. He didn't have a fortify to walk out of this, but he's been...
Yeah, I really don't understand that Reaper swap.
I mean, minute, like, with the right taking
not really.
The bash in the mix, so...
He got his one, not his fault. Well, that's not true. Just because he got his one. Does it, like, if he had been Pharah and they had tried to, like, TP to the high ground like that and he had been set up because he didn't have to run back to spawn, there's a chance that he, like, hits a conk and conks them off the high ground. He, like, hits double direct on a backliner. He forces out lamp. He slows everything down. Like, Reaper Friday. Oh, Reaper Friday. Oh. Now they're playing Reinhardt themselves? Pikachu face?
it does create a bit of space for you, I guess, as your team wants to get off the start. Okay, sneaky Hydra. San Francisco forced to play from low. These teams have switched places, Matt.
But do you mind this though if you're the Shock, right? As long as you still create this distance,
yeah, like,
you have to kind of run
yeah, nah, okay.
contest the car from here.
You know what would be super funny if Spitfire went Farah.
So that's gonna be Pro picking up again on the back foot.
Sparker wants to try and make use of the charge he's built here. TP's into the back line, but losing backbone, that hurts. He'll be off spawn soon. Renko gets
They're winning this fight all right, though. They're losing players, though, is the problem.
Probe is down, and now
Any
there's
trade
so
is
much
good.
pressure in the front line. It's going to be immensely more difficult to win. Which what may Renko, I guess, can help out there, but San Francisco lose the key piece of the puzzle.
Yeah, and it's for the Shock. Can you get everybody, out?
Spark had so much support. Yeah, well, that's the thing that makes them great, right? Is
Chadi and co are just
their ability to keep people alive.
You're probably looking at what, another fight or two here potentially, depending on what happens now.
They've isolated him. He's on his own.
Oh yeah.
The Maywall there to keep
It's showing you. I think you know what the thing that's shocking about this is. Like, I understand the idea of not wanting to play Farah, right? But they have been playing Farah, and it did just work, like, a little bit at the end there. Like, I don't know why you just throw in the towel at the end.
Yeah, so they're going to get really close to checkpoint A here. I think the Shock are going to have another opportunity to contest.
How good of a hit scan is Striker? Striker won't be a better hit scan than Probe. I think Probe is going to be a better hit scan, but Striker adds a level of, like, Tracer Reaper, like, you can play other heroes. Oh, nice wall. Oh, Admiral! No, bro! Oh, that is really feels bad for Spitfire. That just kind of...
For a second there, it didn't look
Whoa.
like to be able to get a touch. It was a wasp. I mean, Hardy just still on the flank. There's all Renko the Shock.
Admiral snatching defeat from the jaws of victory. Yeah, Admiral can't be the one to die there. I think if they had windowed and he beat it and they went aggressive, they could have won that pretty easily. Well, both windows used those, so no neutral. Yeah, but Spitfire had such a huge advantage there. Oh, Proper's playing this well. Oh, I don't like where that wind... Oh, no! Landon! I was about to say I hate where that blizzard went, but they both jumped into it. That's so... Dude, Proper's either a Giga Brain or the luckiest person in the world. It's probably a bit of both. What? 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 Wait, what? Oh, he shatters Junbin there. And he hits Renko and Junbin. That was a huge shatter by Hardy. I wish we could have seen what happened to Junbin and how Junbin got shattered there. Because that, if Hardy doesn't hit that shatter, if Junbin just blocks it, they are more than fine. Oh my god.
Yeah, they don't have much further to go as well with that payload.
Bro, this map is wild.
On the screen is now Sparker's going to end up bringing out a bastion of his own. The series on the line.
No ultimates for either team.
Renko with a window. Yeah, you just punished. Oh, he missed the pin. If Hardy hits that pin, they win this. Oh, and then Hardy's the one who gets punished. No, that's so sad. Probe doing a lot of work. Damn. There was a lot of what? I think they were hoping that they were going to be freaking out. Top 5 maps of the year, dude. That went so many different directions.
Yeah, I mean, that is a very close competitive map that I think the Spitfire probably...
Danny Wave's smile. Holy, dude, I'm shell-shocked.
You know, they had such a
I hadn't watched that map before. I'd heard it was pretty heinous, but I hadn't watched it. I caught the first, like, map. I think the first couple of maps. Oh my god.
Made the difference there. So, we are going to stay in the talent is...
Mei, Genji, Orisa, Baptiste, Zenyatta. What is the win condition for this Shock? They're like defensive, Junbin goes aggressive, give proper orb. It's going to be hard for Luke Mino to keep Junbin alive because they're going to have to play so far away. And then they're playing Probe on an Ashe. On a Mei. Is this just like wall the aggression? If anything, I'd rather see Probe on like an Ashe and just full send. You know? If Probe was on an Ashe, then they have more damage and more threat. And you're just hoping you kill them before they get to you. But London, if they use this Symmetra TPs well, then they're just going to die. Especially because this map is kind of hard to stop them from closing that distance. Because there's so many flank angles and so many TPs that they can do. That, like, you're having to just hope that Luke Mino and Finn can, like, sit on these high grounds. And that London are never going to find their angle. But that's why, like, London know what they're doing, right? They understand. Let's just take the high ground from them. And then it's like, now you're the Shock. You're like, well, fuck, where do we stand? Look at them. They're like,
Bridge straight away. I mean, having that Lucio getting that position so much faster, and the TP.
Yeah, the TP
And Finn's dead, yeah.
The most fragile component of San Francisco's team comp, Finn turned into scrap metal. Nearly up.
Later, bro.
Welcome back to the world, Probe. What a way to greet something
Yeet.
coming out of cryostasis for the first time. Look, the world's changed a lot in the last 30 years, Probe. Also, you dead.
All right. So, once again, how do Luke Mino and Finn survive?
Finn here to play the Zen.
How do you approach? Like, there's a lot of corners, so they can't poke and prod. I think they need to play main. I think they have to play main, right? Because if they're trying to go in this room, like, go time happens anytime.
I mean, I think you need the survivability of the...
Okay, they actually kind of fucked their amp. So Finn's on the high ground, but Finn, if they TP on you, be careful. Oh, Jimmy got pinned.
Indeed, but you also become...
This would be so uncomfortable to play. If I was Luke, Mino, and Finn, I would feel so uncomfortable to just do anything. Because I want to help, but as soon as I peek my head, I die. That's it. Oh, now he's getting swung at. Oh. Oh. Okay. It's okay. Alright, when are they going to swap? Shock, when are you going to swap? At some point, you're going to have to realize that this just isn't going to work. Proper Genji isn't going to work into this. Like, Proper's never going to get any space.
Mirroring it, right, with their own Bastion, but in the times that we haven't seen them play that, that's where the Spitfire have been able to win with this kind of composition. So to come out here,
oh, Finn gets backbone, huge.
Definitely a little bit scarier, but as I say that, Finn's able to pick up backbone.
Yeah, trying to provide proof of concept.
Oh,
I think this teleport though.
God, Luke Mino, like, that is so unfortunate.
And it goes straight for Luke Mino.
The bot's running away though.
That might be an issue considering that London.
You mean Genji doesn't work in a Mei Ryan Sip? Yeah. With no other dive characters. Literally nothing. He's just hoping that he can get dash resets when they step up. Why not just play dive? Shock just must have lost all confidence in their ability to play the dive. Like, Winston Tracer Sombra could work here. I think this is one of the maps that I think you could play the Winston Tracer Sombra and a Brig and make it work. You could also play like Winston Tracer Sombra, like something else, like Lucio Kiriko or some shit, if you're like so worried about everyone dying, or like Moira Kiriko. Just make it. Who plays that? Who's the team that plays that? The Moira Kiriko. Is that Houston? Okay, Hardy got kind of fucked by that window. Okay, there you go. That's like what they need to do, right? Like have so much damage.
All right, so you will get control of the bot here.
No, give me the analysis.
Like you could play the Moira Kiriko, Tracer Sombra, Winston, and just everybody dive 100% of the time and just kill Landon. And I think it could work.
Like him and Junbin have just been having like a 1v1 pretty much the entire time. Fight him over in the cave, little cubby there.
Finn charging half a trank, yeah. Like if Finn gets like here's the thing about the Shock comp. It makes sense if Finn ever has the freedom to just shoot in their general direction, they're gonna be in a good spot, right? Like if Finn is able to just shoot and farm and do damage and get discords out, it'll work, right? The problem that happens if London just don't give them an opportunity to do that, right? And then I really like that the way that London really do this. Backbone's kind of the only one playing alone. Oh, the fucking wall.
Unclear what Jumpin was hoping to get from that one. Landon takes down that Orisa. Very awkward.
Oh my God, Proper just got murdered by Admiral.
I think the simple, complicated things very much. Ice block here for Probe to be able to
Window.
Cisco, okay. They say, what about that Winston guy? What about that Winston guy, man?
Yo, Luke. Luke, no.
Make some more changes here in terms of support. Let's see.
Wall doesn't block Orisa Rot. I'm pretty sure Wall does block Orisa Rot. And I'm pretty sure it did save land in that. Any shield will block Orisa Rot as far as I'm aware.
Doom come in for some big disruption, maybe try and kill some of the backliners pretty quickly, but with where the
Jungmin goes Doom?
get it going, and they have double support ult here with Blizzard.
What is Junbin hoping for? Oh, well, that works. That was good. Oh, yeah, just keep doing that. That'll work. Okay, yeah, no, okay, okay. Oh.
Make it 4. Excuse me, sir. Out of control, Proper just finds a 5-kill.
I think Genji's a really good pick into London Spitfire's comp. You know, the ability to get dash resets, really execute targets. I think it's pretty good. I think we should respect it. Proper kill 5 strat, yeah. Junbin literally just was a distraction. Okay, this fight actually is going to be pretty good for the Shock because they have the Transcendence. But the question...
I guess, again, we talk about flexibility. It just seems to suit him really well here. Junbin.
He gets walled off and shattered there, so...
Welcome to the Thunderdome. Absolutely smash.
They're going to use ultimates, aren't they? Oh, Probe's dead. Oh, God, Finn's in a terrible spot. Just take the bot and leave him there, yeah. I think you just leave him. You're okay. Oh, wait, yo. Wait, yo. Transcendence? Okay. What now, Finn? Oh, Proper dies to a fire strike. That's really not good. You can see Matt's trying to hold it together. Like, it's so... Oh, this match is so messy and I love it. Oh God, Landon's still stuck behind. And now fucking Probe's also stuck behind. Now Probe's on Echo. They're playing Anabaptiste. Dude, they're lost. I don't know what plan Shock came into this map with, but it wasn't this. This was never gonna be the plan.
Those are universes that do converge via a couple wormholes here and there, so we found it. Backbone.
Oh, yeah. Whoa. Hey, boy. Alright, Proper's got Blade. Get a 5k. Junbin's dead. He gets it. He has to use it to leave. Oh, please, if he dies, because he landed on a ceiling. Okay. Oh, the counterpin, so good. That was really well played by Hardy. You got to give credit where credit's due. Probe copy to Reinhardt. Bro, Krusty's gotta let him know that Reinhardt dupes just ain't it.
And Admiral has done such a great job of holding on to this sound barrier, just waiting for that blade to come down. Now we get Pro back on the Bastion, so this is what I wanted to see.
Yeah, like, I agree. I think what you did on Gibraltar somewhat worked. I think I would honestly be fine with Bastion Junkrat at this point. I like Probe on the Bastion. I actually think it's an interesting idea. Junbin goes over to the Winston. Like, I don't know what he's expecting is going to happen on the Winston after what's been happening to him on Doomfist. I guess him being able to sit on the high ground, Probe died to a fire strike. Alright, Blade, big Blade. Dude, Proper is really trying. Junbin, switch hero again. Oh, damn, he went back. Oh, what? Sparker died to Probe there? Okay, you take those. Where was the nano? He had nano. He probably had the nano for the blade. They beat it early on the nano. What?
Damage coming down, but
The attitude is, I think this is all
Wait.
great for London.
Yo, wait, yo, no. No.
Oh no! San Francisco, this is scary. The 1 versus 1 landed to be proper for all the marks.
Oh my Landon, bro. He wanted it.
Realized he could have ended
Woo, Landon. Ah, sheesh.
a minute
Making me feel something.
no blade available. Probe now.
If those respawns didn't come through, he wins that. He wins in that proper 1v1 if the team doesn't come back.
Value out of the hacks as well here. Although I thought the Bastion, you've been able to do it throughout Gibraltar.
It's so bad here. Like on this
It
part
is
of the map
kinda
especially,
bad. I mean, look
it's
at
so
the high-
bad.
Yeah, it would have been pretty brutal. I think you're right.
Jumpin Winston here. Ooh.
Yo, Lord Cooper, thank you for the 5 months. I know how far we've come. Oh.
Okay, materializes in front of the Spitfire, and Spark is able to help burn him down. Landon with the kill credit.
Wait, where did Shock go? Wait, where did they go? Where did they go?
This part of the map especially, when you look at the
Where did they go?
I think
Where are they?
Jumpin Winston here.
Junbin just jumps in. Did he get insta-pinned? Junbin got pinned. Dude, Hardy is playing Junbin like a fiddle.
Spitfire, and Spark is able to help burn him
And now they have the bot and the Shocker just behind.
back the other way.
Also, why did Probe get off the Bastion? Like, I understand he died to some things, but he was also the reason they held because of his damage.
However, Spark, it feels like now might be the time to let
Play! No, he just nanoed.
proper looking to make things happen here. He's low. He gets
He dashed like he had Blade.
he couldn't get through it. Finn's able to hit a bite of grenade there, but it's not enough.
Two-man beat from Luke Mino. Junbin Primal dies. Oh, he got Sparker. That's nice.
Now, San Francisco behind by almost 100 meters.
Wait, the Lucio Ana in the backline as they're full capping.
Some sun and bask. Spitfire, they get the job done their way. It's gonna be proper now.
What am I watching?
I guess with the nano boost here, a shadow might end it for Hardy.
This game was as entertaining as I was hoping it was going to be.
Proper can't get anything done. Landon gets the job done and gets his revenge for that previous fight. And Junmin goes home.
Oh my god.
Make it happen
And London
their way.
win
Overwatch.
3-1.
I've not seen that in a long
Okay. That was the problem with what we saw is I already prefaced this series with, I like what we saw from London. They obviously know how to play this composition to a T. The Shock are really the ones that lost this series because they couldn't come to an agreement of how they wanted to deal with this problem. And it didn't feel like they ever came in with a style or a way to deal with it that they actually stuck to. It felt like they changed multiple times. There are actually a lot of different things that they did that could work, but they switched it so much that it didn't work. Like the proper Junkrat was getting value, but then they didn't play it. And then they decided to do a Rhine mirror on Gibraltar for whatever reason. And then they played Farah in a lot of situations where it wasn't always good, but as soon as Farah didn't work one time, and this is consistent throughout a lot of the compositions that they tried. As soon as they lost it once, we lost one team fight, lost one anything, one player would swap, being like, oh, I'm not getting much value. And what would happen is then everyone would need to start swapping because all of a sudden the composition doesn't make sense anymore. And people were just playing musical chairs with all the heroes that it makes it impossible to put together a united front that's going to deal with anything the London Spitfire are going to throw at them. I think there can be Farah strategies that work. There can be Bastion strategies that work. There can be all these things, but you just need to come in with one and just sort of stick to it. This is the value that I think you're going to see from the teams that are playing London Spitfire remaining, the Los Angeles Gladiators and the Vegas Eternal. If you come in with a pretty solid game plan that you're pretty sure is going to work and you're just trying to execute it and build on it, that's good. And I think that they could have more success because London weren't flawless by any means, right? We saw, especially on Gibraltar, they kind of felt uncomfortable a bit there, and they made some mistakes, and there are limitations to how you can play Reinhardt Symmetra. So, wacky series. London Spitfire end up taking it. Sometimes you got to go back to what worked for you in the past. San Francisco Shock, their woes continue, just not wanting to play any of this dive. So, We'll see what ends up happening. Thank you very much for watching. I hope you guys enjoyed the VOD review. We are going to be having a CNN weekly recap coming out soon as well, so keep an eye out for that one. Subscribe to the channel if you want to see that one as soon as it comes onto the channel. Other than that, love you all. I hope you have an amazing night, and I'll see you guys next time.